Hello, everyone. This is Ivan Stano speaking. Welcome to today's Resco How-To webinar. Whether you're in Europe, if you're in Europe, I wish you good evening. If you're in the other parts of the world, I wish you good morning or good early afternoon. This is a brand new webinar that we prepared for you today. It will be a very short one, only 30 minutes. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. And since we only have 30 minutes to cover all the content, let me start right away. Few points about the go-to webinar and this webinar in particular. You're all in listen only mode, so I'm not able to hear you, but please, for any questions, use the go-to webinar application program and post your questions there. At the end, I'll try to answer most of those. If in case my technical knowledge will be limited, we'll get back to you with answers later. Also, this webinar is recorded and will be posted on YouTube later on. So what we're going to cover today, I'll give you a quick overview of Resco webinars, what to expect from this new how-to series, plus one special webinar we're conducting next week. Then I'll go through the product portfolio of Resco solutions, explain where we're getting and what our plans are for the rest of 2018. And then the main part of today, that's the very beginning of working with Resco. So we'll look into how we can download the Resco Mobile CRM application, how we can make it work, what's available in the out-of-the-box version, how we can sync the application with your Dynamics 365 organization. And then if we'll have more time, we can look into some additional features and functionality of the app as well, and room for your questions. So if that sounds good, and that these might be the reasons why you're here, let's start right away. So Resco webinars, what you can expect in the coming weeks from us, where we can interact together. So next week on May 9th, we'll be doing our probably second or third partner briefing call. It's all organized by my colleague Paula Kuhl, who's our partner director. And next week we'll be having a webinar for our North American partners. So for all of you partners in North America who are joining me today, please follow the link at the bottom of the slide. Sign up, register. We'll have a lot of really nice content prepared for you. We'll be talking about what's the difference between field service licensing and Resco licensing. When should you use which? We'll be also showing some demos and talking about some additional information and news as well. So all that coming May 9th on the link underneath. And what we're also preparing for May 23rd is another session, another episode of How-To Series webinar. This is a brand new thing we came up with this year. This is the very first one. And the idea is to really educate you, our partners, our customers, anyone who's interested in Resco, how you can use Resco when you're really starting from scratch. So some of the very first episodes might be very trivial for people who are experienced or very familiar with Resco, but I believe these will make perfect sense for all of you for who Resco might be brand new. You don't have enough information, and think about it as part of a training that you can use. All of these how-to series episodes will be recorded and will be posted on YouTube, and then you can get back to them at any given time. So before we get there, let me just provide you a quick overview of product portfolio of Resco and also talk a little bit where we're heading in the remainder of 2018. So I believe many of you know, if not, Resco is a very loyal Microsoft partner. We're partnering with Microsoft for a very, very long time. And that's one of the big reasons why we chose Microsoft technologies to support our technologies and solutions as well. Microsoft Azure is the underlying technology, underlying platform on which Resco technology, or how we refer to it, Resco Cloud Platform, sits. So we're utilizing all the benefits, all the advantages, all the value of Microsoft Azure, whether it comes to storage, whether it comes to Exchange, emails, contacts, activities, calendars, Azure authentication services. Going forward, we see a lot of potential with the Azure IoT Hub. And all of those technologies we utilize and combine with our know-how and our IP. Together, we call it Resco Cloud Platform, but think about that as a set of all the tools, designers, wizards, all the modules that come as part of Resco. So whether it's Woodford tool, whether it's the inspection designer, whether those are modules such as auditing, security, route planning, integration with maps, also our integrations with other storage services and systems, etc., etc. We keep adding more power, more muscle into our platform so that anytime our customers are looking to configure a final version of the mobile application, they have the right tools at their fingertips. And the examples of our Resco Cloud Platform, the examples of this powerful technology are our ready-to-made solutions that you can find on many of the app stores. Our most successful and more popular solution is called Resco Mobile CRM, basically a mobile solution optimized for mobile sales and field service workers or users. This will be the main topic of our short How-To Series webinar today. So we will look into how you can set up Resco Mobile CRM application on your mobile device, where to download it, how to make it work, and what's some of the coolest out-of-the-box functionality. Going forward, in 2018, we decided to actually enrich our portfolio of these ready-made mobile solutions. Just 2 months ago, we released Resco Inspections. That's the green circle, the biggest one of the 4 that you can see at the top of the screen. That's a solution really optimized for making inspections, collecting data on the go in a nice fashion of Resco application with full support of offline mode, integration with calendars, maps, and route planning, for example, tour plan, etc. It also has its own set of designers and tools that allow to configure the final version of the mobile application. Going forward, we also plan to release a new solution called Route Planner. So really a mobile solution for users who spend a lot of time traveling, visiting the customers, clients, or sites, and a need to kind of get grasp of all their stops that they have to visit on a given day. So with Resco's Route Planner, you'll be able to streamline and optimize all your stops. We can calculate the optimal route in between the 2 points or more points that you need to visit on every day, and full integration with Google Maps so that you can open it in Google Maps application on your mobile device. That way you'll be able to use the solution as a navigation, also get a real traffic information, and we're planning a lot of new cool features and functionality as part of the Route Planner, so please stay tuned. 2 additional ones: Resco as a rapid mobile application development platform. So really Resco as a solution that can be used for any type of business enterprise application, especially when it comes to mobility. And a solution that we, the last one, the solution that we created for municipalities, city smart services, a new innovative way for cities, towns, municipalities, or governments to communicate with their citizens. So that, in a nutshell, is what Resco can offer and can bring to the table. But today, let's use the additional 20 minutes to go over a Resco Mobile CRM, our most successful and most popular solution. Going forward, I'll use my iPad. So everything what we're gonna do now will be a live demo to really show you how you can make Resco work on your mobile device. Without going into too many details, we have the application available on all major app stores. So if you're iOS user and you use Apple App Store, you can find the application right there. It's actually very easy. You just go there, type in Resco, and probably one of the very first suggestions would be Resco Mobile CRM, as you can see at the top of at the top of the list. The application is also available on Android devices, so you can find it on the Google Store, and we also have the application available on Microsoft devices, so you can download it from the Microsoft Store as well, following basically the same steps. For the purposes of the demo, I already downloaded the application, but I haven't launched it. So it's the clean vanilla version as downloaded from the App Store. So what I'll do, I'll just open it right now. When you open the application for the very first time, of course, the iOS system asks you if you want to allow the notifications, which I'll of course allow. And you're actually welcomed by a tutorial. If you wish to, you can start a tour. The tutorial will explain the most kind of important parts of the application and what you can do, or you can use my help for that. So I'll just skip it and hit no thanks. After that, I'm actually prompted to either use the application with a real Dynamics 365 organization, or I can skip that and use the application with demo data. So if you just want to have a very first quick look to see what the application is all about, you don't intend to connect it with your existing Dynamics organization right away, you'll probably be better off with the third option at the bottom of that window, skip and use demo data. But if you already have Resco working or prepared and you just want to connect to your CRM system with it, you can use either the option of the internal user, that's the option for users who have CRM credentials, or the external user, which is kind of the external mode of Resco that you can provide your stakeholders, whether those are partners, suppliers, maybe your volunteers, agents, contractors, etc., who don't really have a CRM license, but they would benefit from having a mobile experience and mobile connection to your Dynamics organization. So for the purposes of this demo, I'll just skip and use the demo data. And when I'll do so, I can always get back to that synchronization form by tapping on the button in the right upper corner. When I'll do that, I'll get there again and I can actually provide my information. So for example, if I choose to connect as an internal user, you will see that it really resembles the experience of signing into Dynamics 365 through a web browser. All you have to do is provide the URL, your username, and password. I suggest to check the option to save password so that you don't have to retype it all the time. But for our purposes, let's move on with just the demo data. So at the very top, you'll probably see that we have a dashboard there, and maybe a little bit of housekeeping first, how the application is designed. So on the left-hand side, I have the home menu, basically all the items that are part of the out-of-the-box version of the application. You can see there are some dashboards, activities, maps, and then a list of mostly system entities that are part of this version of the application. When you actually click on one of the items, you can see the actual content. So in this case, I'm showing dashboards. Dashboard is arranged into 3 sections. Each section includes a different chart, one for orders, opportunities, and cases. Every little section and every part of dashboard is fully interactive. So if I want to really focus on the orders and want to bring that to full screen, I can double tap the header where it says orders, that gray rectangle at the top of the chart. And by double tapping, I can bring the orders to full screen mode. You might see that there are some labels at the top of the chart. These are fully interactive as well. So if I tap on them, I can turn off or turn off certain records. And the chart itself is interactive as well. If I tap on the actual chart, I have several options here. I can change the chart type. As you can see, we support up to 7 different charts right in the mobile application. So if I prefer a column chart, I can do that and easily change the chart right in the app. And what's even more cool, we also support drill down. So if I tap on the drill down section, I can pick up any of these fields based on which I want to change the chart. So if I choose country, I can see that everything's coming from the US. If I want to go to the default configuration of the chart, I just hit the reset button right here, and that's my default chart right there. Next, I'll show you the maps just very quickly. So the first question you get if you allow a Resco application to access your location. So in order to make the maps work, we'll agree. And what actually happens, the maps show my current position. As I'm zooming out, you will see there'll be a lot of little pins or numbers popping up on the map. The aggregate numbers, that's a new thing that we added into the solution just about 6 weeks ago, I believe. And they actually aggregate the little pins. So when I start zooming into particular area, you'll see that that number will be broken down into smaller numbers or actually into the individual pins. When you tap on that aggregate number, you basically get an overview of all, in this case, 3 pins, 3 records that are hidden under that number. Or you can tap on the individual pin and get more detailed information about the record. So, for example, what you can do, you can really go and use a search as well. So if I want to look for bike store, or just bike experts, yeah, I apologize for that. The application finds that exact record on the map and shows me its actual position. The maps in Resco allows you to also dive deeper into the record. So when you tap on that little bubble, there's a new panel that slides in from the right hand side and brings all the detailed information about this account. There's a number of tabs that you can find at the bottom of the screen. Each tab includes specific information or access to associated entities. The very first info tab provides me with basic contact information that I can edit by tapping on the edit button or the little pen button in the top right corner. I can see contacts, so list of all contacts that are associated with the Bike Experts account. I also can see quotes, orders, and if I tap on more, I also have access to invoices, activities, or notes. If I go to the notes, a few cool things about notes here. You can see in the right upper corner, there's a little camera button. That's because Resco is fully integrated with the built-in camera of your mobile device. So if I confirm and allow the access of mobile application to a built-in camera, I can actually take a picture of my laptop, and I can use that photo and attach it as an attachment as part of the annotation entity. Or what's even cooler, I can clear that or I actually can edit the image in the out-of-the-box version of the application. So I can draw on top, markup on top, provide some additional comments for my colleagues if they need to get back to that. If I don't wish to take a picture, I can use notes for taking signatures. So the notes part includes a white canvas that allows me to capture a signature on the go, and that's part of every record in the Resco application. Very good. I just discard the changes here. So as you could see, we actually got from the map to the very detail of the account. We went through the associated entities, and we spent some time with notes, taking pictures, or capturing signatures. One more or two more things in the application. So every Resco app is equipped with a calendar. The calendar comes in 4 different views that you can change at the bottom of the screen. So there's the agenda view, day view, week view, or a month view. It's very easy actually to create a new activity in Resco Calendar. All you have to do is tap and hold your finger on the screen. After probably 1 second, there's this colorful bubble that pops up. And what's really cool, you can just move it around to define the time slot. And when you release the finger, here's the detailed form of the appointment. And you can assign the appointment to specific record. It can be any type of record. So let's say Bike Express Experts, our favorite account. We can define subject. Subject is actually a mandatory field. That's why we highlight it in red instead of just black compared to other fields on the form. So appointment, let's say business lunch. Location, I just leave blank, and the start time was actually grabbed from the position of the bubble on the timeline. When I'm done, I hit the save button in the right upper corner, and just like that, we can easily create new appointment in the Resco calendar. This appointment is actually a CRM activity, so after I sync the application with my Dynamics organization, I will see it in Dynamics as one of the activities there. Let's move on. We'll go through the accounts. So accounts gives you an access to all the accounts that you as a user can see or work with, and you have access to actually edit or just read. Accounts can be presented as this scrollable list, or if you prefer to have a map view, you can tap on this little pin in the left upper corner, and we can flip that list to a map view. So now I'll only see the accounts on the map, so only red pins are shown on the map, and they all represent accounts. I can tap on that same button and flip it back to this list view. If I open the very first one, that's basically what you've seen through the maps, so I'll just skip that. Let me show you two more things, and then we'll open it up for questions. So first, let's also go to the leads. And leads, similar to the accounts, provide a quick searchable, filterable, or sortable list view. Maybe what I didn't show yet is that there are hidden shortcuts as part of every list view. So if you slide the row to the left, you can find contextual action buttons there. So when it comes to leads, we decided to put out of the box the option to either email the lead or call the lead right from the list view, so that you don't always have to go into the detail. But if you wish so, you can absolutely do it. So I can open the lead. This is how the lead info tab looks like, with all the, let's say, basic or contact information. So I see the company name, last name, first name, email. I can update the phone fields, estimated value or estimated close date. You also have the option to change the rating, so from hot to warm or cold. But what's even cooler, you can also tap on the little hamburger button in the top right corner, right here. That button gives you additional options. So as probably most of you who work with leads know, there are basically two ways what we can do with leads: either qualify them or disqualify them. And same can be done in the Resco application as well. So let's say I was successful and I'll qualify this lead. I'm presented with a new qualify form on top of the screen, Resco screen, and here you can actually choose what entities to create from this originating lead. So to qualify a lead with Resco is very simple. It's really a question of several taps. So let's say I want to create a new account, contact, and let's say I'm not really sure about the opportunity yet, so I'm not going to create that one. I also can choose the option to open these newly created entities, and this all happens right after I hit the save button in the right upper corner of the form. So here is my new contact originating from the lead. You can see it's already assigned to a customer, Wholesale Bikes. That was the name or company name of the lead. The mobile phone number was not provided. The email was actually taken from the lead as well. So I'll just save the contact. And here's the newly created account. wholesale bikes, contact email address, I'll be able to update the additional fields as well. Let's say I can say the currency is a US dollar, and we'll use the retail US price list for this particular customer going forward. When I'm done, I just hit the save button again. There's additional entities here, as you can see: opportunities, quotes, orders, invoices, products, etc. One important thing that I believe deserves extra attention is the setup section that actually allows you to quickly connect the mobile application to different accounts. So if you use Dynamics 365 CRM solution, you can tap on the connect, provide your information. If you use Google, let's say for emailing, if you use SharePoint for data storage, if you use Exchange, Microsoft Exchange for emails, contacts, etc. If you use some additional storage services, you can also connect Resco with those. And when you scroll down, you'll see a lot of options that you can set up in the application. So the application itself provides a lot of options you can change, but as you could see, the out-of-the-box version of Resco is quite a powerful tool. It allows me to connect it to Dynamics 365, and it gives me access to quite a lot of system entities here. The fact is that with the out-of-the-box version, you're not really getting the full value. That full value comes with the licensed version that includes access to all the tools, designers, and wizards that I was describing in the beginning of the webinar. And that actually is the true power of Resco, because with these tools, you're actually able to control, you're able to change, modify, configure, or customize every single part of the mobile application. So whether you're looking at adding some new system entities, maybe some custom entities, creating additional views, redesigning the forms, trying to make the application look visually more appealing, changing the colors, color scheme, or even more complex stuff, such as bringing your own custom functionality, custom calculations done in HTML5 or JavaScript. All this is possible with Resco. Basically, I like to say that the opportunities, the options are almost infinite when you combine the application with the Resco tools. But this is how you can basically start very easily on your mobile device. Just go to the App Store, download the Resco application. If you want to first try it out, use the demo data to just get a quick grasp of what the application is all about. If you like it, you can always go to the setup and connect it to your Dynamics organization. And then when the time is right, you can always download the Woodford configuration tool, that's the name of our tool, to start actually configuring the mobile application. And actually how to start with Woodford and how to create a mobile project and start changing all these items, all these little details in the application, that will be subject of the next how-to webinar by Resco that I would like to invite you to. It's actually on May 23rd, and that will be the continuation of the How-To Series webinar. So we're almost at the end. Let me just quickly see if we have any questions. If there are no questions, at this point, I would like to kind of encourage you to ask anything that wasn't clear enough. There's a question here. Can you please show start dashboard? Yeah, I can absolutely do it. So this is how the dashboard looks like. This is the out-of-the-box version of the dashboard. Everything is configurable in the application. So the dashboard, the question is if we need to create dashboard or if we can import dashboard from Dynamics. So what you can do, you can import the charts from Microsoft Dynamics 365, but the actual dashboard is built or designed in Resco tools. The reason for that is that we support different types of devices. Some of them have very small screens, small iPhones, small Android devices, etc. Some of them have very large displays. So in order to make sure that the dashboard and its content looks always good on almost every device, we require to design the dashboard. But that will be all actually part of our next session, and it can be done very quickly and very easily. We have one more question. Can you show how my private Exchange calendar will work and look integrated with the CRM calendar? Tim, I'll be more than happy to do it or point you to how it works. It's actually very simple. All you have to do is link your Exchange account to Resco application, and then you can actually have full access to your Exchange emails, contacts, and activities as well. One great thing about the Resco calendar is that if you go to the setup and open the option to use personal calendars, it's right here, personal calendars in the middle of the screen, right here. If I turn it on and hit save, Resco Calendar will have access to the local calendar of my mobile device, and it will show all my activities, all my appointments from the personal calendar, which is part of my mobile device. So for example, my iOS calendar includes all my activities, and I can actually see them very easily in the calendar. So then Resco combines your personal calendar, personal activities with your CRM activities at one place. This way we believe you can avoid any conflicts. Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your questions. Thank you very much for your attention and for attending. It was great to kick this very new series, How-To Series webinar with all of you today. And please look for more information about the next webinar where we will cover the Woodford configuration tool. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your days.